Hey, welcome back to Dogtography. Today I wanted to share with you some of my favorite resources for nourishing and developing my creativity and how I think that they might be able to help you be a better dog photographer. Stay tuned. Hi, I'm Andrea Fleury and welcome to Dogtography. My channel is all about how to take better images of your dog and how to create some really super fun memories. I walk you through different tips and tutorials and techniques. I sometimes show you behind the scenes of my professional career as a dog photographer, all while just trying to have some fun and enjoy time with our dogs. So I'm assuming if you like to take pictures of your dog or other people's dogs that you are a creative person. I believe that we all are. All human beings possess the ability to be creative. Some of us, whether it's how we were raised or what we were taught as we were growing up, took the more imaginative, creative side of you and kind of put it aside. Other people, I find, just go with it and run with it and have always kind of been connected to that creative side of them. And some people are kind of like just in the middle. I think it really just all depends on you and your personality, but I really believe that we all have the potential to be extremely creative. But is it something that always comes naturally is the question. I think for some people, yeah, but there's probably other people where you're like, maybe in your photography journey, you're like, hey, I kind of like this photography thing, or I really enjoy taking pictures. And, maybe there's reasons behind it, or maybe it's just something that you just have come across that you like to do. For instance, I'm not a painter, I'm not a writer, I'm not a lot of other creative things, but photography, when I found it, it was just the thing that just stuck. And I feel that I do naturally am pretty good with it, but I enjoy it at the same time. But I constantly am working on self-development, not only in my technical skills, like how to work my camera better and how to use my lenses better, but I'm working on here all the time. So I really wanted to show you today some of my favorite books and one of my favorite quotes of all time, to let you know that it is okay to always be working on your own creative mind. Don't get stuck in this trap or the thought that if it doesn't come naturally to you, then it's not something that you're meant to do, because I don't believe that to be true. So I first picked up this book, Big Magic by Elizabeth Gilbert, back before I became a photographer, actually. And I remember when I read it, I finished the book and I was like, okay, this book is my new Bible. This book is all about creative living and living as a creative person and what creativity means and how to develop it, and a lot of like real world truths and examples. I really enjoyed this. I found it to be a quick read. I know a lot of other photographers that really enjoy this book. I have read it now twice. I reread it again about a month ago. I've been a photographer now for about 3 years, and so when I reread it through that lens. And yeah, I mean, there's different takeaways that you can get from it, a lot of quotes. So if you don't want to take the time to read this book, you can go to like Google and you just type in like Big Magic quotes, and there's all kinds of really good things that come up. But I suggest that if you're not sure if you're a creative, or you don't know if you identify as a creative, or whatever, I suggest that you pick this book up and start here. It is such a good read. Elizabeth Gilbert, by the way, is the author of Eat, Pray, Love. So she is a well-known, well-renowned writer, and she does actually come at this book from the perspective of a writer. And what I found really interesting about that is, writing is her craft. And I love being able to appreciate other creative people for their creative tendencies and the things that they're good at that I'm not necessarily good at. So I really enjoyed reading her examples and how she comes at creativity from a writer's perspective. So I definitely recommend this book for sure. Next on my list of book recommendations is the series from Austin Kleon. So he has 3 books, and they're pretty thin, like they're not big books that are quick reads, all about creativity and artistry. His first book, Steal Like an Artist, is absolutely fantastic in getting you going. It helps you get through that imposter syndrome type feeling. It helps you find outlets of where to explore inspiration and how to take what other people are already doing and put a twist on it and kind of make things for yourself. So if you're feeling at all like you're stuck, or that you're just copying other people or anything like that, I really suggest that you read this book. I think it can really help you work through that stage and that phase in your creativity, and it can really help you. So his second book, Show Your Work, is a really great book to help inspire you to want to get your creative talents out into the world. It also goes over teaching what you know and sharing things with other people. And I really feel that that is what this is about. Like, what are we all creating our art for anyway? Is it just to keep it to ourselves, or should we be sharing it and putting it out into the world and maybe bringing a smile to someone else's face? If you are at all unsure about sharing your work or the value that comes with that, then I definitely recommend this book. By the way, these are not sequential, so you can buy them and read them in any order. And to give you just a quick little flip through here, there's a lot of simple diagrams and a lot of big words. So don't be afraid to pick these up, and you can read through them really quickly. And in his third book, Keep Going, this is a really great book to keep inspiring you and to give you different thoughts and ideas of what you can do with your work. One of his suggestions that I really love is to make gifts with your work. Find different ways that you can pass it on and allow other people to enjoy it too. Which brings me to the last thing that I wanted to show you. Now, I've shown this book in other videos, but this was something that I made for myself of all of my favorite imagery that I did last year. And this is just an example of something that you can make and you can give as gifts. I put in, some of my favorite pictures from professional shoots, and then some of my creative work that I just did personally, some of my awarded imagery and that. And this makes a great coffee table book that I could give to friends and family. So lastly, I just want to share a quote with you that I put on the back, and it says, "Make visible what without you might perhaps have never been seen," by Oprah Winfrey. And I feel like that's the perfect way to sum up this video today. Know that the creativity is inside you, and it's sometimes up to you to bring it out in yourself. Other people are not going to do that for you. So go out, pick up some books, grab a coffee, curl up with one of these, read it, nourish your mind, feed that creative soul that I know is deep inside of you, and just remember that you have a really important role. It's one thing to be creative and writing and singing and acting and things like that. But with photography, you are actually, creating things, but you're documenting other people's memories, the things that they will one day forget. And that, I think, is a really special role. Not only are you creative, but you're also full of talent, and you're really doing a wonderful service to the world. So go out, pick up some books, nourish that creative soul of yours, and don't forget to make some memories with your dog. I will see you next week. Take care. Bye for now.